Ball back in the centre. Great start for Claremont. Heaps of players out through injury, but it's the Tigers. It's been all them in the opening stages. Battle on. This time it comes towards Manning. Manning's able to work it out to Rodder. There's the response for the Falcons.
Applying pressure on the mark, Trinity Hanley. They don't concede a yard, Claremont.
This is where their press is just so good and so well drilled. Thompson, the one leading it at the moment. Jess Laurie. They've got to go quick. Got to get it on.
Has found Jones. He elects to go quick. He kicks over the top of Hutchings, who's got to run onto the footy. Sivasato giving chase. Hutchings does well. Eludes Sivasato. Kicks on goal. This is going to be a goal for the Falcons. Well, that was terrific effort. They heeded your advice, Brad. They needed to move it quickly. They did. It was a clever kick by Jones into the path of Hutchings, and he proved to be the right man for the job.
He did indeed, and I was speaking about their press. Good little chip up here. Get back by Chris, but this is the play from Jones, where he goes, says, I'll take a risk. I'll take him on and get over the back of Claremont's press or zone as they push up. Good hard running from Hutchings. Gets past Sivasato, and a really good finish from a player who's not far away, in my opinion, from AFL selection.
Well, his big mistake there by Chad Jones just then when he was trying to run off the ground and not looking where the ball was coming. He's just had a spray from the coach on the phone.
Mark Hutchings was named in the Eagles squad this week, and word about the place was he wasn't too far away. So certainly might be playing the AFL very shortly, Mark Hutchings. Spent a bit of time on St Kilda's list as well, and was a captain of the WA State under-18s when they won that competition. Gordon emerges with the footy, gets it off to Van Burlo. Hurry kick towards centre-half forward. Now with Hanley. Strong tackling again. That was Manning. Ball spilled out. Murphy deals with it, kicking to space on the outer side. Black has to wait, then has the ability to pick it up. He'll kick towards centre-half forward, spots up Van Burlo. He turns, tries to find a teammate and does. Running forward, Kerr is marked just inside the forward 50. He doesn't wait. The kick wasn't terrific though. Fowler sells the dummy and then hand pass it to Williams. He was tackled high, and at last WPerth will get themselves a free kick. You can hear the reaction from the Falcon supporters. Black's able to climb up off the deck, and he can have a shot on goal. And can they go back-to-back with Majors?
Correct decision.
Mark's right there.
Fong can argue all he likes there. Black was the one who wanted to put his head over the footy, which he does week in, week out. And as I said, it's great to see him, after missing out on an AFL draft, played a couple of years of state 18s, to be now rewarded with a state squad Guernsey.
Talked about the Falcons needed a goal. Can they get two in a matter of moments? Ball's off hands. Oh, he was touched, but Manning was able to gather it, and he puts it through for a major. The Falcons on their way back in this contest at Claremont Oval. WPerth, the chant, starts again for those in red and blue.
I haven't minded Manning's game. He's actually showed some really good defensive pressure. Contest here, not sure with all of them flying at once. He couldn't believe his luck.
Well, he ended up with it, and you could almost see him thinking, now what do I do? I'll just turn around and kick a goal.
And then looked at the goal umpire to say, is it a goal?
Well, at the right end.
Luck's a fortune.
Well, they really did need that. Well, they needed the initial goal to get consecutive goals. There's a real shot in the arm for the Falcons. 12.5 minutes into the second quarter. Game is certainly back on. You coming from the defensive side of the pack. Kick the ball back into the centre. It's picked up now by Smith. Tumbles a high punt kick up toward the half-forward line. Brown tracking the ball. He may have got one in the back. Play on is now the call. Richardson swung around but had the presence of mind to get a hand pass to Winmar. Close to the boundary line. Centering kick from Winmar. Murphy may mark. Good spoil, but it falls to Neeks. They had all the answers there. Claremont, a lot of small forwards who were very, very clever in situations like that. Neeks turned out was the swooper, and he snapped a very clever goal. So quick reply by the Tigers, and they hold their 18-point lead.
Really good spot when Nicholas Winmar has put the footy. Good contest from Murphy, but it's their want to run to the contest of the small on-ball brigade from the Claremont boys. Fantastic run by Neitz. He'll run all day for you, but again, it's just the structure. Someone contest, someone on the ground. Luck's a fortune up the other end for WPerth. I got the goal, but all of their players up in the air, and then it just fell down. But they're just such a hard-running side, Claremont.
How do the Falcons respond now? Bounces off the head of Kiernan, but it worked out okay. Van Berlo was there to gather. Heads towards right half forward. Kerr's got a real battle on here. Into his back perhaps was Holt. Falcons fans certainly thought so. Spills out though to Manning. Back to Kerr. Hand pass to Gordon and kicks West Perth inside their attacking 50. Flying Rodder at the back. Thompson got a hand on it. Laurie taps it back inboard. Still there to be taken. Comes again towards Black. Gordon slipped as he tried to get the kick away. Had a second opportunity. Was able to find Kerr.
Great vision.
Just when he thought maybe the chance had gone. Good composure from Gordon. And
really good vision. You see him look up there. Should I have a shot? No, I've got someone on. That was great composure.
Rowan Kerr, 8-1 for the season. Statistics say he should kick it. Kerr's in. Kerr kicks the goal. West Perth respond again, and the goals have really started coming here at Claremont Oval. Seaby palms it down through the hands of Richardson. Seaby out there again. Comes to Pettigrew. Big don't argue to Fong. Got it out to Crisp. He'll thump it forward. Needs a lucky bounce. Sailor, and he'll get it too. Set up perfectly for him. Holt tries to track him down. Sailor takes a bounce. Will have to set it inside attacking 50. The kick is spot on. Fowler marks. Running forward if he wants to go there was Manning. Instead, Fowler will look to try and find a teammate. That's a terrible kick off the boot. They'll need some luck, West Perth. Manning might get it. He was taken high. Oh, they needed some luck out of that. But somehow they'll be able to manufacture themselves a shot on goal. Sidisato, the player who's infringed. Manning with the opportunity to kick his second.
Wasn't it a great contest? I think it was Holt putting the pressure on and Sailor taking them on, running and bouncing, just corralled him beautifully, but it was fantastic use. Don't know about the second one, but Lux of Fortune. I think Manning was Lux of Fortune last time.
This time he isn't standing in the goal square. Manning's kick is just as good though.
Coming in to vacuum it up was Sailor, but he left it behind. Handley to Neitz. Off to Seaby, back to Neitz, steadying pass. Is it? No, it got past all and sundry. Ricochets to Van Berlo. He got it out to Strike, who was wrestled. Eventually got a hand pass. It came back to him. Now the umpire letting it go. He's forced to blow the whistle and ball it up.
Boys, just an update on that, a follow-on on the out of bounds. It's because West Perth are trying to use the outer sides of the oval as opposed to running it through the corridor because they just keep getting swamped by Claremont.
They sure do. Kerr was involved, so too Nelson, also Strike, who gets the ball to Rodder. He's right in the outer of the two centre circles. Thumping kick out in front of Fowler, trapped the ball. Hand pass to Salikas wasn't well executed. Salikas does well. He hand passes to Van Berlo, chips into the pocket and Fowler. Well, in the end, they worked it out pretty well. Fowler will have a shot at goal, but they made hard work of it, Brad.
Didn't they what? They had the runners, they had the overlap. That handball, I think, from the man who's got the footy in his hands at the moment, just needed to be in front of his West Perth teammate, Salikas. 2 metres behind him. They'll get there in the end, the shot on goal, but they really need this.
Just his third kick for the day. He really needs to make the most of it because hitting the scoreboard is of paramount importance for West Perth. That is a very good-looking kick. I said before the match that he can add something to West Perth's forward line. He needs to really make an impact in this second half, but that's a good start, Brad. That ball did all its turning just a bit too late after it had gone past the post. Jordan Jones, a prodigious kick in through the hands of Handley. Sailor swoops on the footy. Support coming from the running Van Berlo. Continues to run. One bounce, steadies and finds Fowler. Much better build up by West Perth. Just a stand and deliver by Fowler. Might work out all right. It usually does if you get it within reach of Anthony Salikas. There's his centering pass. Beautiful footy to Black, and Black will shoot at goal from about 35 metres out directly in front.
Great to see. Finally, West Perth going with some speed. They've tried it a couple of times. Their execution has been poor for their last 2 attempts, but that time they actually went really fast. Really good play by Fowler. Shot on goal.
17th possession coming up for Black. They really need to hit the scoreboard again here. Black sends it on its way. Goal umpire hardly moves. He really is a quality player, having a terrific season. Lauren French signals the goal. And West Perth, well, they continue to live. They're going to hang in there, Brad, and the longer the game goes, the more chance you have, I reckon, of getting your tip right.
He's done some really good work defensively, has Manning, let alone his 2 goals.
Both ruckmen miss it. Behind Kerr, hurry kick forward. The mark's not paid, so Laurie's got some problems. Great smother came from Van Burlo. Breaky just knocks it inboard dangerously. Comes into the Falcons. Kerr got it to Hutchings. Now towards Manzoni. Kicks towards goal. He's got it through. Oh, the pressure. It finally paid off for the Falcons. And his first goal in WAFL footy for that young man, Trent Manzoni.
Gee, that tackle coming out of the centre was sometimes you can put matches back down or take them back to single incidences, and that was a terrific one by West Perth. Got him off to a good start. Poor kick in by the Tigers. Kerr with a centering kick, and the mark has been taken by Crisp. Well, there are a lot of players around where that ball was heading into, and well, Crisp, by no means the tallest. He'd be one of the smallest in that group, but the ball just honed in on him, and he will shoot at goal from only about 25 to 30 metres out directly in front.
He's going back further than Dennis Lilly.
Yep. Well, he knows his routine. He just needs to get it on target because the distance is absolutely no issue. He crossed the 50-metre zone some time ago. He gets himself to 30 metres, sends it on its way. Low trajectory, but that's just the start that West Perth wanted in this final quarter.